Hey everyone, it's Mrs. Ricker. I'm so glad that you clicked on our link to do some Goodnight Yoga. If you were in my class this year, you learned that breathing, really deep breathing, and yoga poses can help us regulate and navigate our feelings, and it really calms the brain and the body. So this sequence that you're going to learn, you can do it at any time, but it's really good for before you go to sleep. So this book is called Goodnight Yoga. It is a pose-by-pose bedtime story. The author is Miriam Gates, and it's illustrated by Sarah Jane Hinder. What we're going to do first is I'm going to do a read aloud and read you the story. After that, I am going to show you the poses, and then the second time I read through this, we'll do the poses together. So I hope you enjoy. Goodnight Yoga. The sun is going down. As I breathe in, as I breathe out, my arms lift up to the sky and then back down like sun rays. As I breathe in, I bend my knees and scoop the clouds around me. As I breathe out, I stand tall and release the clouds over my head. And the clouds float by. The stars sparkle brightly. As I breathe in, as I breathe out, my arms reach out wide towards the stars. As the moon rises high, as I breathe in, as I breathe out, my spine is long and I bend to each side like a crescent moon. The birds are flying back now. As I breathe in, as I breathe out, I focus on one point and use my arms to soar. To their homes back in the trees. As I breathe in, as I breathe out, my shoulders roll back, my heart is open, and I am solid like a tree. This is my favorite illustration in the book. Very cool. The ladybugs settle softly. As I breathe in, as I breathe out, my palms press together and I squat on my leaf. Between the butterflies. As I breathe in, as I breathe out, my feet press together and my knees spread out like butterfly wings. And the bees. As I breathe in, I sit up tall. I reach my arms back like wings. As I breathe out, I buzz my head to the ground. The little blue cat who lives in the moon. As I breathe in, as I breathe out, I arch my back like a cat. My students know this cat pose very well. It feels very good on your back. So the little blue cat who lives in the moon whispers, "Good night, world. You'll be dreaming soon." As I breathe in, as I breathe out, I sit on my heels, still and round like the earth. So this is the Goodnight Yoga flow. So we just read the story and now these are the poses. So the next section of this video is I'm going to explain how to do each pose. They're very simple. And after that, we'll read again and put all the yoga poses together while reading the book. So we are now going to do a step-by-step Goodnight Yoga flow tutorial. I'll show you how to do all the poses, and after that you can practice and we can read the story again and you can do your pose-by-pose bedtime story. So the first pose is called Sun. And what you do is just stand real straight, and then you lift your arms up, straight up. And you can really feel your spine being very long in this pose. So you can exhale on the way down and inhale on the way up. So that's called sun. The second pose is called cloud, and what we're going to do is it's going to be a squat. You're going to go hips width apart, squat down, and hold your arms out. This is called cloud. And you just sit here. Eventually you'll start to feel some tightness and warmth in your thighs. But your chest is open, your arms are up, shoulders are down. This is called cloud. And then star, we're just going to stand straight up and arms reaching out. Our chest is open, our face is up, and we're stretching our arms as far as we can out. The next one is my favorite pose. It's called half moon. So we're going to stand just normally, arms up, and then we're going to bend this way like a crescent moon. You should really be able to feel that stretch right here. So bend to one side, straighten back up, and then you can bend to the other side. So that's called half moon. The next one requires some balance. It's called bird. We're going to soar like a bird. So pick whichever foot you feel more balanced on. Pick that foot, and then this one goes up, arms go out, and then once you're really feeling balanced, you can bend forward, stick your leg out, and we can pretend to soar like a bird. And then slowly back. Okay, this is one of my favorite poses. This is called tree. This is the really cool illustration too. So again, pick a foot that you feel most balanced on, and you are going to lift your other leg up, stand straight up, and then hands to your heart, just like this. This is another one that involves a lot of balance. So that is tree. Ladybug is very similar to the cloud. We're going to squat back down. So legs out. We're going to squat back down, and instead of holding our arms up, we're going to hold our arms right in front of our hearts, just like we did for tree. So this is ladybug. And the deeper you squat, the harder it can be. So you can play around with your own squats. Okay, butterfly is a really fun pose, and it feels great. So if you guys want to go down, you can put the bottoms of your feet together, hold on to your toes, and then you can just start flapping your legs like a butterfly. This feels really good on your hips right here, really stretches them out. Make sure your back is long, your neck is up, head is straight. Okay, the next pose is called bee, and what we're going to do for that, you're going to sit on your legs, and you're going to interlace your fingers but behind your back like this, and then you're just going to gently try and put your forehead to the ground. So while you're down in bee, you can be breathing inhale, exhale, and that's a really good pose to calm your brain and your body. Okay, the next stretch is cat stretch. So you're gonna get up in tabletop position on all fours, like this. And cat stretch, you're gonna round and arch your back like a cat would. So start in this position, and then you can put your head down and straight and arch your head back, or arch your back up. And you can go back to tabletop. You can stretch again. That's a very good stretch for your back. And the last pose of this Goodnight Yoga Sequence is called Child's Pose. And it's another pose that really helps calm the body, helps calm the brain. You can inhale and exhale deeply while you're in this pose, and it feels really good. It's a really good way to calm your whole body down. So Child's Pose is sitting how we are right now, but you're going to spread your legs apart. And then you're going to put your chest and your torso down as low as you can to your mat or your floor, just wherever you're at, and your forehead should try and touch the floor as well. So I'm doing this on stone, so it's not the most comfortable, but your arms can go out and you just put your chest towards the ground. So that is Child's Pose. That's another pose, one of the best ones, to really just calm the whole body down. So now that we went step through step of the yoga poses, I'm going to read the story again, and we're going to do the poses together, just like they do in the book. Goodnight Yoga, a pose-by-pose bedtime story. The sun in the sky is going down. As I breathe in, as I breathe out, my arms lift up to the sky and then back down like sun rays. And the clouds float by. As I breathe in, I bend my knees and scoop the clouds around me. As I breathe out, I stand tall and release the clouds over my head. The stars sparkle brightly. As I breathe in, as I breathe out, my arms reach out wide towards the stars. The moon rises high. As I breathe in, as I breathe out, my spine is long and I bend to each side like a crescent moon. The birds are flying back now. As I breathe in, as I breathe out, I focus on one point and use my arms to soar. The birds go back to their homes in the trees. As I breathe in, as I breathe out, my shoulders roll back and my heart is open, and I am solid like a tree. The ladybug settles softly. As I breathe in, as I breathe out, my palms press together as I squat on my leaf. Between the butterflies. As I breathe in, as I breathe out, my feet press together and my knees spread out like butterfly wings. And the bees buzz. As I breathe in, I sit up tall. I reach my arms back like the wings. As I breathe out, I buzz my head down to the ground. The little blue cat who lives in the moon. As I breathe in, as I breathe out, I arch my back like a cat. The little cat whispers, "Good night, world, you'll be dreaming soon." As I breathe in and as I breathe out, I sit back on my heels, still and round like the earth.